Notpolish Universal Tips on, and I am using number 113 from Notpolish again today. Apply on your bead, it's still kind of runny, clean your brush, and then now you work into the cuticles first because the product is still runny. We don't want to work on the products yet, so just lightly flush the powder into the cuticle first, and once the powder set a little bit more, then now I'm just going to drag the rest of the product towards the tip of the nail. And remember to keep your client's fingers always at a downward angle when you guys working with when you guys applying on the powder, okay? Because when it's at a downward angle, gravity will help pulls it down. If you hold it at a more level angle, like more straight level, then when the product started to run, it will run on both sides of the both side of the nails rather than running nice and clean towards the tips, right? You want it towards the tip, not spilling on both sides of the nail. So make sure you hold it at a downward angle, okay? And I don't know what happened. I didn't capture the first part of this color. Sometime when I click record and because I'm wearing gloves, so my phone doesn't always click for me. I don't know why, but this color is number 153. Okay guys, it's my new favorite color. Well, it has been my favorite color for a long time. I love all colors, but nudes, I love nudes. All right, and then we're gonna apply the second bead on. There you go. Hold it in place first. Still kind of runny a little bit. I'm gonna clean the edges first. You see how when it's run on the side a little bit, I'll make sure I clean it up first while the product is wet, and then I'll work on pulling the rest of my product down towards the fingertips, just like that. And apply a little bit more pressure once you get towards the tip, because why we gotta apply a little bit more pressure because the product is set in, so you want to apply more pressure to drag it towards the tip, right? Okay, there you go. And then just make sure everything's nice and neat, okay? So we don't have to spend a lot of time filing. And of course I always use my 5-in-1 Notpolish bit, right? This is I alternate between a super cut and a cross cut, and a super cut is just the same exact bit, but it's just a finer grit. And this is a medium grit, so that's the difference, okay guys? And I'm just gonna nicely clean it up. And I am really excited for my new hand, because looking at my cuticles is so chewed up. I try to fix it. So you see how I trimmed it a little bit right there? I think it made it worse. It was like a little piece hanging. It's almost like, even if it's on a fake hand, I feel like that's the nail tech in me. Even it's a silicone hand and there was a piece of, well, looks like a piece of hangnail, so I end up trimming it, and I trim a whole chunk off, okay? So my new hands come in. I'm super excited. So I hope I keep it nice and neat this time, because that'll be my third hand, okay? And of course I use the Notpolish hand file, nail file. It's my favorite file. You guys have to try it. Once you try it, you will love it. All right, buff it nice and clean, right? And now I'm gonna go in with my detail brush, and you notice how the brush is actually a smaller, shorter bristle. So when I'm working with like smaller details, I like a smaller brush like that, because I have more of a steady control in my little design. And then when I do, like when I want to switch to like a longer, a bigger piece, or like I don't know, I alternate between the short and the long. The long one, usually I use it to make like a deep French, or like deep French, or like a V French, or so more like a straight line. When I'm looking to make a really long straight line, I use my longer brush, and then I use my shorter brush for like little more detail like this. And you probably saw it like my previous LV design I did. I used the smaller brush too, the shorter brush. And my bandana design, stuff like that, I use a shorter brush, because I feel like I have more control of my design when it's shorter. And when it's longer, I do have control too, but it just gives me more of a long straight lines. Because with a short line, when you do a long, with a shorter bristle, when you do a long line, I feel like you constantly have to pick up the brush, right? So when you drag it down and you kind of pick it up a little bit, it doesn't give you that long straight line. It can get kind of choppy. Does that make sense? I don't know, I'm rambling right now. Okay guys, and excuse me, a little bit powder got on my my nail because I have powder on my glove, so sometimes it gets on my nail, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, now I just give it a little tongue. So you see how I did the little outline of the snake first, and then I went in and thicken it up. So now I am using a longer brush. You see, it's longer brush also. This is for me to do like long lines like this. You see how, look, boom, one stroke, one long stroke. There you go. I use the long brush for one long stroke, so it gives me more of a long straight line. Because if I use the small one, I can't really make my line too long without it looking choppy, because I'm constantly have to pick up my brush, right? My short brush. So it gets a little choppy. So now that I have the outline all done, I'm gonna go in with just the nail brush, and I'm just gonna brush it on because it is a bigger piece of the French. So if you're gonna go use the detail brush to color it in, it might take a long time. So I just went ahead and used my just the brush from the bottle and just paint it on. And you notice how it looks kind of uneven around where the French is at. Don't worry, once I clean this up a little bit more, remember to just lightly touch it, and then I'm gonna go in with my detail brush, and I am gonna make sure that it looks, all the paints are even. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna go in again, make sure all the paints are even. There you go. And for anybody's asking, this long detail brush is from Nails by Dev. You can find her on Instagram. I love her brush. Oh, and before we do the LV sticker on top of this French, what I'm going to do is I took, a little bit piece of napkin and wiped it down with alcohol, because the white gel is going to be like having a sticky finish. So when I go to stick on my LV sticker, it might not stick to it. So by removing all that residue, my sticker will stick to it better. Okay, and always use a little tweezer to pick these little things up, and to make sure you use the flat side of the tweezer to kind of rub it in, so rub out all the air bubble. You see that I use the tweezer to kind of just rub it into the nail, and that's all we're doing right now, is sticking on the stickers. And like I said, this design is pretty simple. All right, just a bunch of LV stickers. And for my question of the day today, okay, is how long would it take for you guys to finish this set of nails, this exact set, and how much do you guys charge for it around your area? Okay, leave your comment down below, and that's how you enter. Oh, and for the little LVs on the snake, you see I used that X-Acto knife and I trimmed all those tiny little LV on. You see that? There you go. Clever, right? Because the smaller LVs logos and sign, it does not come separate, like it's on the sheet, but it's not separated. It's one long piece, so I have to trim it. But you see, now I'm sticking it on. Don't worry if you can see the clear around the sticker. You see the trimming around the sticker, you can see the little clear. Don't worry about that. Once you put on the top coat, you won't be able to see it anymore. And same with the snake. You see how I wiped it down just to make sure I remove all the sticky residue so the sticker doesn't slide off, right? So there you go. I'm just gonna go stick this on real quick. And for this LV stickers, they're also available on notpolish.com if you guys are interested. So once it's done, I just want to secure the sticker a lot more, so I'm gonna go in with a thin layer of base gel. Okay, just a thin layer of base gel, and just apply a really thinly piece right there. And then same goes for the French also. Okay, there you go. And same for this. why did I apply the base gel on? I just want to make sure the sticker doesn't peel off, right? I just want extra security on my sticker. So I just applied a really thin layer of base gel on. Of course, always clean the edges a little bit and then cure it under the light for 30 seconds. All right, now this is cure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the whole set of nail with matte top coat. Okay, this is a matte, not polished top coat. There you go. It's just there you go. I got a little something on there. Okay, I'm gonna just pull it off. All right, just apply on the matte top coat. Cure it for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go in and do the little white outlines with the sparkle. So make sure you finish it all off with matte top coat or shiny top coat or whatever you guys decided to do, but just make sure you finish it off with a finishing top before we move on to the next step. Okay, and then again, matte top coat on this nail too. I got a little piece of sticker. There you go. There you go. Same. All done. Now I'm just gonna clean the edges a little bit. Why do we always do this? Because gel likes to run, right? So once you apply it on to the fifth finger, it might run onto the side a little bit, so it can ruin the shape of the nail. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and lightly clean off the edges just to make sure it keeps the shape nice and clean. And again, look, a longer bristle brush, longer bristle brush. Okay, that's a little tongue twister for me. Anyway, so the longer brush for the longer lines, all right? And once the matte top coat is on, we're gonna go in and paint the gel on. Okay, guys, so I'm just gonna paint the gel on just like that. All right, so now I'm just gonna go in and straighten out. I'm just straightening out the lines, okay, guys? And you see how it's the longer brush, so it gives me a longer straight lines, all right? And before you cure it, okay, the gel is still wet. I am gonna pour the white glitter directly on top of the wet gel. Okay, this glitter is available online on Notpolish also. All right, and I flicked it off lightly like that, and I'm just gonna clean off the edges just a little bit. Now I cure it under the light for 30 seconds, and I dust it off. And no, we do not put a top coat on top of the glitter, okay, because that will defeat the purpose of the sugar effect. So just make sure you let your clients know top coat does not go over the glitters, or else the effect is not gonna be the same. And without the top coat over the top, the glitter will still last just as long, okay, guys?